Chill. It was everybody coming together and saying, "Oh, we're gonna watch a freak show. This is what this is. We know what this is. It is absolutely mental. What we're gonna watch here."
Different because he views Jake Paul as a decent boxer. This is not the first time that someone has come out and said this. We've heard Terrence Bud Crawford come out and say that because of the size difference, Tank won't be able to hurt Jake Paul, and that Jake Paul could probably knock him out with one punch.
Floyd Mayweather reportedly stormed the stage during the Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis press conference, issuing a direct warning to Jake. The atmosphere quickly turned tense as both camps exchanged fiery words, highlighting just how personal and intense this rivalry has become ahead of their highly anticipated showdown.
Just showing up. Honestly, I'm gonna knock him out. You know, he has a lot of flaws in his defense, and I'm gonna expose him. You know, look what a 135 Lamont Roach did to him, and it's just gonna be so much fun for me. I'm so glad that God gave me this moment. I'm Gervonta Tank Davis.
Many critics have been quick to dismiss the Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis matchup, labeling it as more spectacle than sport. Yet, not everyone shares that sentiment. Analyst Ariel Helwani offered a different take, pointing out that MMA fans often embrace crossover or experimental fights, celebrating their unpredictability and entertainment value. However, when similar events happen in boxing, those same fans tend to criticize them as meaningless. Helwani believes this contrast reveals a clear double standard between the two sports. While the fight may not align with boxing tradition, he argues it still delivers undeniable excitement and entertainment value.
Generally, I'm sure it'll be a little bit closer, maybe 200 to 150. How much bigger can Tank get? Why would that be somewhat celebrated in MMA, but in boxing it isn't? Do you know what I mean, Pete? In MMA, like, we sort of love the freak shows, but in boxing they don't. Why do you think that is? What does that say about us in MMA?
Well, we're a sick bunch of fucks. There's no doubt about that. But I will say,
you agree, right, or no?
Yeah. Like, the idea of the MMA freak show is everybody coming together and saying, "Oh, we're gonna watch a freak show. This is what this is. We know what this is. It is absolutely mental. What we're gonna watch here." I think where people get annoyed with Jake is, like, you know, he even got me. You know what I mean? This guy is the greatest outrage farmer of all time. I saw his tweet and I was like, reading it, you know what I mean? And I was like, well, this is exactly what he fucking wants me to do. You know, like, this is every time I'm doing this, he's in the game of getting eyeballs, and this is ridiculous. As long as, like, you know, why do I like an MMA freak show? Why would I watch Eddie Hall in an MMA fight against Dylan Dennis? I'll be like, this is fucking ridiculous, and I have to watch it. That's the way I feel about Jake Paul and Davis. I will watch it. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? It's all of us getting together to go to the circus for the evening. I think the reason why there's pushback against it when Jake does it is because Jake, and obviously tactfully, is going like, what are you talking about? This guy's a world champion. I took out Mike Tyson. He's a world champion. And then I'm going to take out Canelo and stuff like this. Like, he's winding us up. He's not agreeing to the stipulation that we're all agreeing on, which is, this is a freak show. This is absolutely mental. As long as we can agree with that, we can all enjoy it collectively.
But do you not think he does agree to that? Do you not think he knows what this is?
No.
Floyd Mayweather shared his thoughts on the Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis fight, acknowledging that the Paul brothers are doing things many people don't fully understand and should be allowed to continue. However, he emphasized that Jake's abilities remain untested, as he is yet to face a truly experienced, elite-level boxer who embodies real ring craftsmanship.
But, like I said before, they know what they're doing. Both brothers. Logan as well as Jake, they know what they're doing. So
the upcoming clash between Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul has sparked a major divide among fans and boxing analysts. Many view the matchup as misplaced, arguing it goes against the essence of professional boxing. Longtime supporters of Davis, who have followed his rise from humble beginnings to world champion, see this fight as a regression for a fighter celebrated for his power and discipline. The backlash isn't solely directed at Jake Paul's YouTuber background, but also at the notion that a proven star like Davis would agree to such an unconventional, entertainment-driven matchup, instead of pursuing a more legitimate boxing challenge.
People think that Tank ain't gonna knock out Jake Paul. Like, bruh, I'm gonna tell you exactly how it's gonna go. Jake Paul will go in that ring thinking he has the upper hand, he has the reach, he has the weight, and he gonna go in there confident. Yeah, he might stun Tank a little bit, but I'm gonna tell you, he gonna underestimate Tank. That's exactly what's about to happen. He's gonna underestimate him and his size, and he gonna get crushed. I think this right here is what's gonna end Jake Paul's boxing career. I think that Jake Paul, when you sit here and think about it, the people he fought, I'm not saying they wasn't real fighters, but they just not no Tank Davis. Buddy, I'm telling you, I don't think this is scripted. I think, yes, this is for money, but I think it's like, hey, at your own cost, go in that ring. Y'all know the weight difference. What's gonna happen is what's gonna happen at the end of the day. I think Tank really go, drop him. He ain't gonna understand, Jake Paul ain't gonna understand how, but he's about to see it. And on some real stuff, I think Tank setting Jake Paul up. Now, remember when Jake Paul went up against Tyson, he said, you need to fight me. I want to get in the ring with Jake Paul. He disrespected the boxing world by getting in the ring with Tyson and embarrassing him. And, you know, Tank really messed with Tyson. I think he's setting him up, bro. Mark my words. I think he's like, yeah, come in the ring, but we're going to do a friendly, you know what I'm saying? You know, a match or whatever. We'll get this money. He about to embarrass him November 14th. Just because Jake Paul think the boxing world's sweet. He think it's sweet. He think they about to keep taking it easy on him with these fights. All right, I bet you. How much I want to bet? Tank is setting him up. He's gonna literally do him so bad just to make an example out of
This fight has been surrounded by unusual circumstances that make it difficult for many fans to take it seriously. One standout moment involves Shakur Stevenson, who became the center of attention after reports claimed he sparred with Jake Paul. The news sparked backlash, with fans accusing him of supporting a fight they already disapprove of. Shakur, however, handled the criticism calmly, saying the negativity only fuels his motivation. His composed response reflects his professionalism and maturity. Still, the fact that even boxers not directly involved are being pulled into the controversy highlights how divisive this matchup has become. The conversation now seems driven more by drama and social media than genuine sporting merit.
Right? When Turkey was doing all that, like, I don't want no boring Tom and Jerry fights, he came out with a Tom and Jerry hat. And then he fought in a style that is not sustainable for him. And it's not, again, for me, it's not sustainable because fighting like that, if you do that with the wrong one, you'll lose. If you fight how you fight, okay, it's going to be harder to win. But you're putting your own self on the chopping block, trying to appease the crowd or not be Tom and Jerry. It's not sustainable. And even in the Zepeda fight, he got rocked back with a jab and fell into the ropes like that. So you could say I wasn't hurt and all that, but it's still a bad look. It's a bad look. People always talk about Tank, the knee, hair grease thing, but what about Shakur getting rocked into the ropes from a Zepeda jab? Even if you were off balance, you're supposed to be light years ahead of Zepeda skillfully. So to me, that still looks really bad. Like, I've watched 50 fights from Floyd Mayweather, and he's fighting way better than Zepeda level. And Canelo and these guys, they're not punching him into the ropes and he's staggering back. The optics of it look bad. So back to it, Shakur, I feel like he's trying so hard to look unbothered, but he always replies to it so you can tell he's bothered. He's like, man, I got him so mad at me. And I personally, I don't prefer that when people do that. Like, for example, Shakur's like, man, I got him tuned in and thanks for the support. Bro, they're not really supporting you. They're all the comments underneath you saying whatever you said about, I get to pick Jake Paul's brain and work with him and all that. Most of them were negative. So you're trying to, like, it's so weird because it reminds me of when I've seen people like celebrities or whatever who they have a...
Boxing stars Devin Haney and Terrence Crawford have also voiced their thoughts on the upcoming matchup. They argue that, regardless of Gervonta Davis's skill level, taking on Jake Paul introduces unnecessary risk due to the clear size difference. Jake's height and weight advantage can make the fight physically demanding, even if the technical gap heavily favors Davis. Both Haney and Crawford emphasize that such matchups blur the line between legitimate boxing and pure entertainment. Their views echo those of many traditional boxing fans who believe the sport should prioritize competitive integrity and legacy over spectacle-driven events designed mainly for publicity and financial gain.